Hey ladies, can I be honest with you? One of the most common things I hear from women over 50 is this: I don't recognize my hair anymore. It used to feel full, lively, easy to manage, but now it's thinner, flatter, maybe a little frizzier, and it just doesn't frame the face the way it once did. And let's be real, sometimes it feels like no matter what you do, your hair is working against you, not with you. Here's the surprise: it's not age that makes you look older, it's often the wrong haircut. A heavy, outdated style can quietly drag your features down, while the right cut, it can literally lift your face, brighten your smile, and give you back that spark you thought was gone. And the best part is, it's not about chasing the past or looking like you did at 25. It's about choosing a style that highlights the woman you are today: confident, radiant, and completely yourself. That's why in this video, I'll walk you through 5 haircuts that don't just flatter women over 50, but transform how you feel in the mirror. Stick with me until the end. I'll also share a stylist's bonus tip that makes every one of these cuts look even more youthful. And if you love beauty and style tips made just for women like us, don't forget to subscribe to Radiant Over 60. Radiance never retires. Haircut 1. Soft Layered Bob. Let's begin with a cut that I consider one of the most timeless and universally flattering choices for women over 50. The soft layered bob. You've probably seen this haircut on actresses, news anchors, or maybe even your best friend. And there's a reason it never really goes out of style. The bob is like a little black dress. Classic, versatile, always age-defying. But the secret isn't just in the bob itself, it's in the layers. So why do soft layers make such a difference? As we age, our hair tends to lose density. It becomes finer, a little weaker at the ends, and sometimes flatter on top. If you wear a blunt, heavy bob, all one length, it can drag your face downward. Imagine a curtain that's too thick. It blocks the light instead of letting it shine through. That's exactly what a blunt bob can do: weigh down your features, emphasize sagging, and take the sparkle away from your eyes. Now compare that to a soft layered bob. With just a few carefully placed layers, especially around the chin and cheekbones, the haircut suddenly feels weightless. The eye is drawn upward. Your cheekbones look lifted. Your jawline appears more defined. It's like a natural mini facelift without a single needle or surgery. Even better, the cut creates natural bounce and movement. Instead of your hair sitting flat against your face, it dances when you move. And movement is what makes hair look alive, and by extension, makes you look vibrant and alive too. I'll share a story from one of my clients, Linda, age 61. She had worn this same straight, one-length bob for nearly 20 years. It wasn't terrible, but she confessed that every time she caught her reflection, she felt like she was looking at an older, tired version of herself. When I suggested a layered bob, she hesitated. Isn't that too trendy for me? But once we shaped her hair with soft face-framing layers and added a few highlights near the crown, she literally gasped in the mirror. Her cheekbones popped, her smile seemed brighter, and she told me, "I feel like I just lost 10 years, and I didn't even have to go on a diet." That's the power of the soft layered bob. Now let's talk about some practical tips, because a haircut is only as good as how you care for and style it at home. If you're dealing with fine hair, keep the layers subtle. Too many layers can make thin hair look stringy. Instead, ask your stylist for gentle blended layers starting right below the chin. This length is ideal. It elongates the face, prevents heaviness around the jaw, and keeps your look polished. Adding highlights can make a world of difference too. I always recommend keeping them soft and natural, Think sunlight, not zebra stripes. A few lighter pieces on the top layers create dimension, making hair look fuller and more dynamic. This is especially gorgeous if you're embracing your natural gray, because the highlights blend beautifully with silver strands and add sparkle every time the light hits. For styling, here are my go-to tips. Start with a lightweight volumizing mousse at the roots for a gentle lift. Use a round brush while blow drying, curving the end slightly inward to frame the chin. Or let it air dry about 70%. Then tousle with your fingers and add a touch of texturizing spray for that chic, undone but still put together vibe. And let me ask you, have you ever looked at your bob in the mirror and thought, why does this haircut make me look more tired than I feel? Or maybe you've tried styling it different ways, but it still falls flat by lunchtime. If so, you're not alone. Many women I work with have that same frustration until they switch to a softer, layered version. The beauty of the soft, layered bob is that it's not about following a trend. It's about creating harmony with your face shape and hair texture. It works beautifully for round faces because the layers elongate. It's stunning on oval faces because it highlights natural symmetry. And if you have a square or heart-shaped face, those subtle layers soften strong angles. In other words, this bob adapts to you, not the other way around. Before I move on, I'd love to know, do you prefer your bob sleek and polished, or do you like it with a little wave and movement? Let me know in the comments. I'm always curious how different women make this style their own. So, if your current bob feels like it's dragging your energy down, consider this. Sometimes it's not about chopping it all off or reinventing yourself completely. Sometimes it's just about a few layers that lift, brighten, and bring new life into your hair. And when your hair feels alive again, so do you. Now, if the bob is the little black dress of haircuts, the pixie cut is the leather jacket. Bold, chic, unapologetically confident. Let's talk about why the side-swept pixie cut might just be calling your name.
Have you ever noticed how striking a woman over 50 can look when she wears a side-swept pixie? The effect is almost immediate. She appears confident, stylish, completely in tune with herself. That's the unique power of this haircut. A pixie isn't simply short hair, it's a statement. It simplifies without stripping away femininity, and it highlights features that deserve the spotlight. The side-swept pixie works because it shifts attention to the most expressive parts of the face. By removing excess lengthening weight, it allows the eyes, cheekbones, and smile to take center stage. The sweeping fringe draws the gaze upward and across the face, softening lines on the forehead while intensifying the eyes. Clean edges around the jawline create lift and definition, while the overall silhouette conveys energy and modernity. Rather than concealing age, this cut magnifies the confidence and vitality that come with it. One of my clients, Mai, age 57, once sat in my chair with mixed feelings. She admitted, "I want to change, but I'm afraid if it's too short, I'll look masculine." After listening to her concerns, I suggested a side-swept pixie with enough length in the fringe to maintain softness. When we finished and she looked in the mirror, she smiled with surprise. "This is me. I finally look like the woman I feel inside." Her reaction captured what this cut can do. It reconnects you with your authentic self. Styling a pixie is far easier than many expect. The key is subtlety. Keep the fringe long enough to sweep gracefully across the forehead. This not only adds femininity, but also helps disguise fine lines. For texture, use a small amount of matte wax or pomade at the crown. A touch is all you need. Too much product can make the hair stiff or artificial. Because the hair is short, every detail shows, so the finish should look soft and effortless. This cut is especially flattering on oval and heart-shaped faces, where it accentuates cheekbones and creates balance. Women with round faces benefit from the side-swept fringe, which visually elongates the face. And for square faces, the layers can be adjusted to soften strong angles. And if you wear glasses, a pixie frames them beautifully, turning eyewear into a stylish accessory instead of competition. What holds many women back from a pixie is the belief that short hair diminishes femininity. In truth, femininity is not defined by length. It's defined by confidence, expression, and presence. A well-cut pixie enhances all of these. It allows your features to shine and brings forward the personality you've cultivated over the years. Think about it this way. When was the last time your haircut truly felt liberating? Not just acceptable, not just neat, but freeing. That's what the side-swept pixie offers. It removes what no longer serves you, heavy layers, daily frustration, and replaces it with clarity, ease, and confidence. If you've considered a pixie but hesitated, ask yourself what is really holding you back. Is it habit, fear of looking different, or is it simply that you've never had the right version of the cut tailored to you? Because the truth is, there is no one pixie. The right stylist can adjust the fringe, the length at the crown, and the texture to suit your face shape, lifestyle, and personality. The side-swept pixie is not about chasing youth. It's about embracing the woman you've become. It tells the world that you're comfortable in your skin, that you know your worth, and that you're not afraid to be seen. It's feminine not because of the hair itself, but because it reveals the qualities that make you compelling. Your eyes, your smile, your confidence. So if you've ever wondered whether you could pull it off, the answer is yes, if it's cut for you. A great pixie adapts to your life, not the other way around. And sometimes letting go of just a few inches of hair can help you gain miles of confidence in return. The pixie is for women who are ready, not reckless. Ready to simplify, to highlight what matters, and to enjoy the lightness, both literal and emotional, that comes with it. And if you're still uncertain, remember this: you don't have to commit to the shortest version. You can start with a softer, longer pixie and ease your way in. The side-swept pixie is bold, yes, but it is also timeless. It proves that short hair can be chic, feminine, and transformative. The question is, are you ready to see yourself in a new light? Up next, we'll explore a very different approach. If the pixie sharpens and defines, the shoulder-length shag brings softness, movement, and an easy sense of fun.
Haircut 3, the shoulder-length shag. Many women tell me the same thing. My hair just hangs there flat and tired no matter what I do. The shoulder-length shag was designed to solve exactly that problem. By using well-placed layers and natural movement, this cut restores body and lightness to hair that has lost its bounce.
The strength of the shag lies in its ability to add dimension without effort. As hair becomes finer with age, it can start to collapse at the crown and drag the face downward. A heavy, blunt style only makes this more noticeable. The shag turns that around. With layered texture, it creates lift at the roots, swing at the sides, and an airy sense of fullness. Instead of fighting gravity, it works with it, redirecting weight so the hair moves upward and outward. I once worked with a client named Elaine in her early 60s who had reached the point where she dreaded styling her hair each morning. She said, "It takes me half an hour just to make it look presentable, and even then it feels limp." We reshaped her into a shoulder-length shag with long layers and soft curtain bangs. When she looked in the mirror, her whole expression changed. She told me, "It looks like my hair has energy again." That's exactly what this cut offers. Not just a new shape, but a new sense of vitality. From a styling standpoint, the shag is refreshingly simple. If you like low maintenance, you'll love how easily this cut falls into place. After washing, apply a lightweight mousse or a spritz of sea salt spray, scrunch gently, and let it air dry. The layers create natural texture without the need for hot tools. For a more polished look, you can use a round brush to add a bit of lift at the crown, but even if you do nothing, the haircut retains its shape. In fact, the beauty of the shag is that it thrives on imperfection. Slightly tousled is often the best version. Curtain bangs often play a key role here. Unlike blunt bangs, which can feel heavy and severe, curtain bangs part softly and taper into the layers. They frame the eyes, soften forehead lines, and blend as they grow. Because they transition seamlessly into the rest of the cut, there's no awkward phase, just graceful evolution. For women who want to change but don't want to commit to high-maintenance styling, this fringe is ideal. The shoulder-length shag adapts beautifully to different face shapes. On a round face, the vertical layers create the illusion of length. On a long or oval face, the volume at the sides balances proportions. For a heart-shaped face, curtain bangs narrow the forehead and highlight the eyes. Even square faces benefit from the softness of the layered fringe, which rounds off strong angles. The cut is equally versatile across hair textures. Straight hair gains movement and dimension that it often lacks. Wavy hair becomes more defined and lively. For women with gentle curls, the shag redistributes weight to prevent bulk at the ends, allowing curls to fall more evenly. It's one of the rare cuts that adapts rather than demands, letting you embrace your natural texture. Maintenance is manageable too. A trim every 6 to 8 weeks keeps the layers sharp, but the style grows out gracefully. Unlike highly structured cuts that lose shape quickly, a shag can actually look better with a little extra length. Between appointments, upkeep is minimal. Dry shampoo adds instant lift at the roots. Texturizing spray separates the layers for that casual French girl effect. And flipping your part is a quick trick for crown volume. What makes the shag so appealing is its attitude. It doesn't pretend to be perfect. It's relaxed, modern, quietly youthful. People may not notice you've had a dramatic cut. They'll just notice that you look lighter, fresher, more confident. It's not about chasing trends. It's about aligning your hairstyle with who you are now. If you find yourself constantly battling limp or uncooperative hair, the shoulder-length shag could be your solution. It offers volume without effort, movement without fuss, and confidence without compromise. Hair should make your life easier, not harder. This cut proves it can and should work for you. Up next, we'll move from playful texture to polished structure. If the shag is about freedom and movement, the chin-length blunt cut is about clarity, elegance, and quiet strength. Have you ever looked in the mirror and wished your jawline looked sharper, your hair fuller, your style more defined?
That's exactly what the chin length blunt cut delivers. By stopping right at or slightly below the chin, this style frames the face with precision, giving the illusion of lift and strength while still maintaining softness. For women over 50, it's one of the most flattering ways to highlight features with elegance and control. The genius of this cut is its simplicity. Over time, our facial contours naturally soften, and the jawline doesn't always feel as sculpted as it once did. A blunt cut acts almost like architecture for the face. Its clean, deliberate line restores definition, creating balance between structure and softness. At the same time, soft interior layers hidden beneath prevent the style from appearing blocky or severe. Instead, you get a look that's both sleek and feminine. I think of a client named Patricia in her mid 60s who had worn her hair long for decades. She told me, "It just hangs there. No matter what I do, it feels stringy and lifeless." We transformed her look with the chin length blunt cut, adding a few subtle interior layers for lightness. When she saw herself afterward, her face lit up. She said, "I feel like my features came back." That's the magic of this cut. It doesn't just reshape hair, it reshapes confidence. Another advantage is how this cut handles fine or thinning hair. Long ends often become wispy with age, drawing attention to loss of volume. A blunt edge instantly makes hair look thicker and healthier. Every strand seems to have more weight, and the overall effect is fuller, more deliberate. Those hidden interior layers keep it from sitting heavy on the sides, maintaining movement while still holding structure. Styling is refreshingly low maintenance. For a sleek finish, blow dry with a round brush, letting the ends curve just slightly inward to graze the chin. This small detail softens the line, adding femininity to the precision. If you prefer a casual look, allow your hair to air dry and finish with a quick pass of the dryer for polish. A touch of smoothing cream or shine serum is all you need. And here's a stylish trick. Tuck one side behind the ear and add a simple earring. It instantly elevates the entire look. Face shape plays a big role in why this cut works so well. For square or angular faces, the soft interior layers balance sharpness while still embracing definition. For heart-shaped faces, the cut minimizes width at the forehead and adds weight at the jaw for balance. Even on oval faces, it creates a sense of structure and poise. And if you wear glasses, you'll love how this length complements frames without competing with them. What surprises many women is just how versatile this structured style can be. With a slight bend from a curling iron, the blunt cut transforms into something softer and more playful. A quick flip of the part instantly creates lift at the crown. Add a bit of texturizing spray to the ends, and the look shifts from polished elegance to effortless chic. The confidence this haircut radiates is what I admire most. It doesn't scream for attention, it speaks quietly with certainty. It says, "I know who I am, and I'm comfortable in my skin." For women tired of fussing with high maintenance styles, this haircut feels liberating. You don't have to fight with your hair to make it look intentional. The cut itself does the work. Think of it as your wardrobe staple. Just as a well-tailored blazer pulls an outfit together, the chin-length blunt cut pulls your look into focus. It adapts beautifully to any occasion, from everyday errands to professional meetings to special events. And it never looks overdone, just polished, confident, timeless. So, if you've been wondering whether your current style is working for you or simply hanging on your shoulders, this may be your sign to make a change. Because the right haircut doesn't just frame your face, it supports your confidence. Now, while the blunt cut celebrates polish and clarity,
Not every woman wants to live in that structured space. Some prefer length, softness, and movement that feel romantic and flowing. That's where our fifth and final haircut comes in: long layers with curtain bangs.
Haircut 5. Long layers with curtain bangs. There's something timeless about long hair. It carries grace, softness, and movement that many women aren't ready to give up, even after 50. But here's the truth. Not all long hair is created equal. Without the right shape, it can feel heavy, drag features downward, or highlight thinning at the ends. The solution isn't to cut it all off, but to refine it with thoughtful layers and face framing curtain bangs. This combination keeps the romance of length while adding lightness, lift, and modern elegance. Long layers do the heavy lifting here. By removing bulk and weight in strategic areas, they create flow and bounce instead of flat heaviness. The hair moves with you rather than sitting lifeless on your shoulders. At the same time, curtain bangs open up the face. Parted softly in the center or slightly off-center, they skim the cheekbones and draw attention to the eyes. Together, these elements give long hair a youthful, effortless energy that feels both sophisticated and free-spirited. I think of my client Marissa, who had worn her hair one length since her 20s. She told me, "It feels like a curtain hiding my face." We added cascading layers through the mid-lengths and finished with soft curtain bangs that framed her cheekbones. The change was dramatic, but not drastic. She still had her long hair, but now it looked alive with movement and intention. She said, "I finally feel like my hair matches the person I am now, not the girl I used to be." That's the magic of this cut. It updates without erasing identity. What makes this style so versatile is its adaptability. Curtain bangs can be styled to blend seamlessly with the rest of your hair on days you want a more classic look, or you can sweep them forward to add a touch of drama. Long layers, meanwhile, work with any natural texture, whether straight, wavy, or curly. For fine hair, layers prevent the sheet of hair look that emphasizes thinness. For thick hair, they release weight, making it easier to manage. Styling long layers with curtain bangs doesn't require hours of effort. Blow dry the bangs with a round brush, curling them slightly away from the face for that signature sweep. The rest of the hair can be smooth straight, curled in soft waves, or left natural with a bit of styling cream. One of my favorite tips is to use a large curling iron just on the midlands, leaving the ends straighter. This creates a modern undone wave that looks chic but effortless. Face shape also plays a role in why this style flatters so many women. For round faces, curtain bangs create angles that slim and elongate. For long faces, they break up vertical length and bring balance. For square faces, the softness of the bangs and layers adds femininity. It's a rare cut that can be customized for nearly everyone. Another benefit, it grows out beautifully. Unlike blunt styles that demand precision trims, long layers and curtain bangs are forgiving. As they grow, the hair still looks intentional, just a bit longer, a bit looser, but never messy. For women who prefer fewer salon visits, this is an ideal choice. Beyond the technical, this haircut carries a certain spirit. It whispers ease, softness, and quiet confidence. It says, "I embrace my length, but I want it to work for me, not weigh me down." And for many women over 50, this is the perfect middle ground, holding on to the femininity of longer hair while avoiding the pitfalls of heaviness or outdated shapes. Think of it like a wardrobe essential, the flowing maxi dress that always makes you feel graceful, paired with the perfect accessory that brings attention to your best features. The long layers are the dress, and the curtain bangs are the accessory. Together, they create harmony. If you've been holding on to your long hair but wondering why it doesn't feel as flattering as it once did, this cut could be your answer. Because the right layers and bangs don't just shape your hair, they reshape how you feel about yourself. And that completes our journey through the 5 most flattering modern cuts for women over 50. Each one tells a different story,
softness, confidence, freedom, polish, or grace. The best part? You get to choose which story feels most like you. So we've walked through 5 haircuts that can truly refresh how you look and feel after 50. From the soft layered bob that adds lift to the bold side swept pixie, the carefree shag, the polished blunt cut, and the graceful long layers with curtain bangs, each one has its own charm. But the most important part? Choosing the style that feels like you. Hair is more than just fashion. It's how you show the world your confidence, your energy, your story. I'd love to know, which of these cuts would you try first? Drop a comment and let's chat. And if today's video gave you a spark of inspiration, hit that subscribe button. Here on Radiant Over 60, we remind each other every week that beauty has no age limit and radiance never retires.